Welcome back, Fayettes and Fantasy Fiends, to chapters 1 through 5, the premiere of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas. You're listening to Book for Two. I'm Scott.
And I'm Genevieve. If you're new here, welcome to our brand of chaos.
We bring the male and female perspectives, the wild theories, the heated debates, and, of course,
the couples banter you never knew you needed, but now you can't escape.
She likes her books dripping with divine drama, questionable gods, and enough tension to make a therapist rich.
And he prefers his stories with end-of-the-world stakes, monster brawls, and plot twists that fire off faster than Poco's finger guns.
And every week, we deep dive into the books that wreck your soul and make you cancel plans. And right now, we are deep diving into Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas.
And once a month, we shake things up with a standalone book review. So if you love unhinged theories, emotional damage, and two readers yelling about their fictional obsessions, you're in the right place.
Now it's time for our favorite part. What's new with the podcast and our actual lives?
Awesome.
So it was our daughter Violet's birthday this past week. She turned 9 and she wants to be an astronaut. So naturally, we bought her a pretty fucking badass telescope on her birthday. And it happened to be the biggest full moon of the year. She also wants to be a witch like us, so very proud of the woman she's turning into.
I'm loving it. I feel like she's 9 going on 30, though, so I'm going to need her to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, but she's very deep. I've never heard of a 9-year-old talk about reincarnation. Because she asked me one day, Daddy, what do you believe in? And I told her my beliefs in Taoism and other possibilities, but I'd never talked about reincarnation. I have believed in it before. It's a possibility still, but she was like, oh, that's what I believe is in reincarnation. I was like, it's very nice.
It's very, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And then if you talk to her about any planets, she can even tell you like the moons of Jupiter, how many there are. 6, 7. Yes, there are 6, 7. And my son will let you know 6, 7, our 6-year-old.
Oh my gosh. You got to be careful about any 6, 7.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, so that was a fun little week.
Yeah.
Because it was a birthday week. She had a birthday party that Saturday too.
Yeah. We're taking weekly trips to the local library essentially to get new books about space.
Yes.
And both she and Rowan have decided they want to learn different languages, so they added that on top of it this week.
Of course.
And then none of those languages are any that I have ever learned. So.
Yep. All right. Then we also had I would say, fabulous gardening, unplanned live Friday.
We did. We made lots of new friends. And listen, if you haven't made it into our Discord yet, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, we gardened and we found a very great strand, by the way. So it's called Gas Apple. So if you're able to find that strand, I highly, no pun intended, recommend it. So we decided, fuck it, what's the worst that could happen? And somehow we also gained a new online daughter, Freckled Fiend, or my freckled friend, as I call her.
And don't worry, everyone. We heard you. We're working on sorting out whatever paperwork issue happened that seems to have caused several of you not to have received your chaos adoption packets upon joining the Discord crew. We heard you. I'm sorry. Now I got to go make one. And now it's time to announce the winner of the signed Barnes & Noble edition of Bonds of Hercules. The winner is Emily Stoll from New York.
Congratulations.
We've already been in touch and it's on the way.
All right. Congrats on the win. It's a gorgeous copy. We hope that you love it as much as we do. So next up, we're talking about book club. The November pick is this Monday. We are reading The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. We'll be meeting at Salt and Story in Niceville. You can join us on Discord. Link is in the description below.
And since we're coming up on Book for Two's 1-year anniversary, we're celebrating with the 2025 Booked for Two Awards. We've got some serious categories like Best Found Family and Best Plot Twist.
And some not so serious ones like Hottest Side Character and Most Yawnable Villain.
Nice. We'll be revealing one category and its nominees every week on social media, so make sure you're following along and ready to vote.
Lastly, if you're a local business in the Panhandle, or if any of our listeners are business owners, preferably small business, we would like to partner with you and get your business out there to our listeners.
If this is something you're interested in, please email us at bookedfor2podcast@gmail.com. As two people who own small businesses, as well as this podcast being a small business, we would love to help others out. Okay, before we hit play on the trauma, quick warning. This episode will contain spoilers for Bonds of Hercules. Consider this your official spoiler shield.
And fair warning, this show's more Tarantino than Christmas Hallmark. You might even say it's dark Hallmark. There's sex, violence, bad language, and worse decisions, and I may talk about a balloon knot or two. You've been warned.
Last week, we left Alexis at rock bottom. Theros was unmasked, her true heritage was revealed, and a forced double wedding that sealed her fate. She's chthonic, she's furious, and she's done playing nice.
This week, Bonds of Hercules kicks off, and it's chaos right out the gate. There's another one who can wield fate, and Drex is exiled.
Alexis chooses to team up with Patro and Achilles for her first mission, and Heron and Augustus's tragic backstories are finally on the table.
We've got finger guns, new alliances, and some seriously sketchy partnerships. Oh, and Alexis and Helen freed Ceres? But is it Ceres?
The stakes are higher than ever.
Grab your drink, steady your finger guns, and welcome to Bonds of Hercules. The fallout starts now. And all right, before we head out, if you're still listening, hit follow and leave a quick review. It's free, takes almost no time, and it helps more people like you find the show. We put a lot into this every week, so that small thing actually goes a long way.
And if you're not already part of our little Chaos Corner online, why not? Come hang out. We post sneak peeks, unfiltered nonsense, go live every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. Sometimes it's deep theories. Sometimes it's Scott accidentally reading smut to the internet. You never really know what you're going to get.
Get your ass into our Discord. Is people losing their minds over plot twists, dropping unfiltered takes, and somehow bonding over it. If that sounds like your kind of therapy, get in there.
And for my visual learners and facial expression enthusiasts, YouTube is officially live. Full episodes, full spirals, and every single side eye I throw at Scott. All preserved in HD glory.
And hey, we got merch. Grab something if you want to support the show.
We're talking t-shirts for your book hangovers, mugs for your emotional support caffeine, notebooks for your unhinged theories, and even vanity plates. It's branded chaos. We're also taking suggestions. Okay, spoiler shield is up. This episode covers Bonds of Hercules, and Jasmine Mas gave us a full content warning, which we're passing on. It's a lot shorter than the last one.
Much shorter. Ready?
Yes.
This book contains excessive violence, language, and a brief allusion to sexual violence. Please take care of yourself while reading. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. If any of these aren't your jam, now's your chance to tap out. All right. The warning's dropped. The tea is hot. So am I. And the chaos is unlocked.
Let's dive into episode 40, chapters 1 through 5, and the premiere of Bonds of Hercules by Jasmine Mas.
Oh, let's turn the page.
Epigraph. Say it. You got to say it. You got to say the word.
Agathococological.
Are you sure it's not cack? And you just don't have cock on the mind?
It could be cack. Agathocacolot. Yeah, it could be that. Agatho.
Yeah, I just think you have
that
the other
better.
Word on your mind.
I do. Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you're welcome for having to say that word.
Yeah, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
It's of Greek origin, which I am not. It means composed of both good and evil. According to Greek mythology, humans were originally created with 4 arms, 4 legs, and a head with 2 faces. Fearing their power, Zeus split them into 2 separate parts, condemning them to spend their lives in search of their other halves. Plato, the Symposium.
Yes. So the big takeaway, the quote, the pics, the spicy moments, everything is just one big tinfoil hat here. What does this mean? For me, yin and yang as a Taoist, duality, male, female, light and dark, you have to have one. You can't have one without the other.
And for me, this is the soulmate trope.
Yes.
That we always see.
But I like these tropes, though. Yeah. It's different because you have a god separating them, and then they spend the eternity trying to find each other, or lives, whatever. It would be eternity if you're immortal. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We are tinfoil hatting that obviously this is going to be important, and maybe there is just going to be one, and it's not going to be a wide choose.
It could be. Ooh.
I'm telling you, I think there's going to be a rug pull in this series. I don't think it's going to be what we think it's going to be.
I think you could be right based on all of the signs. Like, it is not like the others, and everyone has said that.
Yes.
I do want to point out real quick that this actually comes before the actual content pages.
Yes.
And could very easily be missed.
Just like the family tree in the first book where those symbols were easily missed, and we were like, oh, she's Hades and Persephone.
Yep. So we see you, Jasmine.
Exactly. Okay, so epigraph is done, and we are moving on. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. Fate's partial unseen prophecy. Fate. One day in the future.
All right, so Fate's chilling again, getting high as fuck, ready for a prophecy. But once again, the prophecy is still tangled and unclear. Something about serpent of lore, the chain one shall reveal, the evil underscore. The monstrous one shall mend and restore, roar, lots of potential Latin gibberish. But what it meant, a pipe fell from her lip, and she gripped her toga. Another Spartan alive could read the words of premonition, and they could wield it, which is why it was all jumbly-wumbly. Who would have thought? A once-in-a-lifetime event would have happened twice. And apparently, this changes everything again.
That's not a trope at all.
No, not at all.
Let's talk some shit.
All right, so we are going to break down the prophecy.
Yes.
Duh. So I figured it out in my head. I'm pretty sure everyone else figured it out day one because people are smart. But I was like, those jumbly-wumbly words are anagrams.
Yes.
And the dashes are missing words. So we found out that it says the lost one shall change what is before, chained to death soldiers becoming ever more. We knew that. And it was her healing light shall blank the blank for blank. This is where I knew the anagram because this spells Karen.
Yeah.
So blank Karen and the serpent of lore, I'm guessing Medusa, right?
Oh, that's a good call.
So we don't know who the other two are because of the four.
What if Nyx is the serpent of lore?
No, she's animal protector. That she already said it.
That's true. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she was lying about that one. Okay, so the next line.
Mm-hmm.
The chained one shall reveal the evil underscore. And then what was that word we found out?
Guarded.
Guarded by...
Like it says crimson men.
By crimson men.
But crimson men?
Men.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And then blank of four. Their blank shall blank the tides of war. The monstrous one shall mend and restore. For the lost one hears his blank roar. So the blanks is what we're missing. We didn't dive too deep to try to figure out the blanks just because we've had a lot going on, in which I'll explain why we might be late on this podcast if you're listening and it is not Thursday. It's because I've been not feeling well at all the past 2 weeks. So we tried our hardest to get this out here. So here we are. Okay, so don't know who the other two are. I'm going to guess Alexis is going to be one. So Alexis, blank, Karen, and the Serpent of Lore, Medusa. Maybe. Because her healing light, we thought she had an Olympian power. That's going to be her Olympian power.
That's clearly going to be her Olympian power.
Yeah. We just don't know who the other two are with Karen and the Serpent. And then guarded.
There's too many blanks for us to even guess.
But the chained one, Medusa, shall reveal the evil underscore. So Medusa is going to bring out the baddies.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
The monstrous one shall mend and restore.
But it sounds like the monstrous one shall mend and restore for the lost one hears his. So the monstrous one is a his.
Okay.
What if that's Charlie?
That might be Charlie.
Maybe it's Charlie.
Yeah, this has to be Charlie. Because fate brought Charlie to her. It's Charlie. We just don't know what kind of monster he is yet.
I'm so excited.
So he's something cool. All right. So we know this is involving Medusa, possibly Charlie, obviously Alexis with her possible healing powers.
And Karen is there.
Karen's there.
And that's about it. Crimson Men.
Yeah, Crimson Men. I don't know if we got that anagram right. If anyone wants to shoot us an email or something, let us know if they figured out the blanks or if they know a better.
But if they reveal it later, don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, if they reveal it later, don't show us. But if you're in the same spot we are and you have figured it out, I don't mind if you send it to us. But if they reveal it later, please don't tell us.
Yeah.
But if
don't ruin it.
If you're where we're at and you figured it out, because I don't care if you're smarter than us, that's fine.
That's fine.
We're cool with that. Then shoot us an email at bookfor2podcast@gmail.com.
Love it. Let's hear your theories. Did you want to talk about what it means to be able to wield it?
Wield what?
Fate.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Who's wielding it?
Yeah, we don't know who's wielding the fate because that's what she said.
Yeah, someone else is listening and jumbling everything.
Yeah, so what does it mean to be able to wield fate? Does that mean be able to cut fate? To change fate?
No, it sounds like when she gets high as fuck, it sounds like she's tuning into the universe. It's just like when you take mushies, you tune into the universe, or when we do our holotropic breathing. So I think that's what she's doing. The universe is sending her this message, but just like when we go under, it's jumbled. We always have to try to figure it out for ourselves. So that's what she's basically doing. But someone else was listening in. So someone else was getting high as shit too.
But what does it mean to wield it? Just to see?
Yeah, fate's power is very special. It sounds like they are their own race unto themselves. So somebody else has fate's power. Because there are others. She mentioned that. We're betting on you and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, she said she was the last one, but then said we're betting on you. Interesting.
So I have no clue who's jumping in. I might say Helen, because we don't know what her dark power is yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Helen could be the one
Oh.
chiming in.
Ooh, that would be cool.
Right? 'Cause she's the only one who we don't know whose powers besides Achilles. We don't know Achilles' full power. We just know it has something to do with his voice, but we don't know his full power. But we don't know Helen's power. We know Persephone's power. We learn that next chapter.
Yeah, we just don't know what Helen's actually is.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe it's her.
Yeah, because I don't think it's Alexis. We think Alexis has healing power. That's her.
Yeah, the healing
Olympian.
light. Yes. Okay,
All right. You ready to turn the page?
I am. Let's go. The Survivor, Chapter 1, Alexis, May, Crete, 2100.
Nothing says healing like hiding out in Hades' summer home while you debate vengeance and therapy.
It's been weeks, and Alexis still hasn't gotten used to how casually Hades and Persephone talk about death. They make murder sound like a weather update. Slight chance of blood showers this evening. The worst part, though, is that the blood staining the floor isn't Titan black. It's bright human crimson. She's on Crete now, living at the House of Hades with Persephone, Hades, and Charlie. Persephone keeps insisting Alexis doesn't have to do this, whatever this is. But Alexis isn't listening. Charlie's still the only one who knows she's half blind and half deaf on her left side, courtesy of her foster parents.
Her thoughts start to spiral. She calls herself evil and beyond saving, and that's when Persephone steps in because, as a mother, she knows. And also, her mom was Demeter, and her father, a creature of shadow and soil who could bend plants to his will. Persephone's powers are both divine and monstrous. She can feel everything that touches Crete. The island itself answers to her heartbeat. When she married Hades, their bond rooted her magic deep in the land. Every lie, every emotion, every whisper, she senses it. And it makes me think of Joshua from Lost.
I don't think I ever made it to that.
You didn't make it to that? So basically, Joshua represents Jesus, but he is the light on the island. So you remember the shadow demon that they were all scared of? So that represents the devil part. And again, they both represent yin and yang, dualities. But Joshua could feel the island, the goodness of the island. So that's what kind of reminds me of this.
I should probably watch Lost.
Oh, finish it. The ending will piss you off like it pisses everyone off, but you have to finish. It's worth it.
I think I've only seen the first season.
It does get a little crazy. Season 4, I think it's when they go back in time a little bit. The island explains itself. It does get explained, so it makes sense. Maybe. Sure. Anyway, that's how you explain the ending of Lost.
All right. Adding it to my list. Persephone offers Alexis an escape. Hey, you can stay here. Live a simple, quiet life with Charlie. You don't have to join the Assembly of Death. No blood. No gods pulling her strings. For one shining moment, it sounds perfect. But Alexis has already chosen vengeance or penance, whichever. Depends on the day. Tomato, tomato.
So I probably would have said tomato reading the script. I'm not going to lie. I would have been like, tomato, tomato. And then I'm like, oh, God damn it. I'm like, because you would have to put a lower
some
or uppercase
weird kind
A.
of something.
Well, you just have to uppercase the A on the one and the O on the other. And I'd be like, I got it. Don't mind me. Go ahead.
She's decided her powers have a purpose, even if it kills her. And Persephone warns her that this path will strip away what's left of her softness. Their world is not a kind one. And Alexis just shrugs. Neither was hers. Pulls up her hood like a main character, mic dropping in, walks off with Fluffy Jr.
Hades waits for her outside. He tells her Persephone will never understand them. Their power isn't made for peace. It's made for war. Let them think you're insane, he says. No one fears the sane. Fantastic line.
Love it.
And somewhere the Joker probably slow clapped in approval. He's practically gleeful about her poison magic, confident she'll dominate the upcoming gladiator competition.
All right, next stop, Siberia. Alexis joins 6 Chthonic killers for the Assembly's latest hazing ritual. Love it. It's been 3 months since she vanished to Crete, and both her brooding husbands, Heron and Augustus, look ready to start their own true crime documentary. Her instincts say run. Nah, she doesn't. She straightens her spine, mirrors their posture, and pretends she's not seconds from a panic attack. Nix mutters about the cold, and Fluffy Jr. is just bounding around happily through the snow. And Alexis keeps her mask in place.
Then she makes the rookie mistake of locking eyes with Karen. She shifts her head just enough to keep him in her blind spot, but she still sees Hell and Hound flickering in and out of existence. They shouldn't even be visible. Augustus breaks attention with a single command. Look at me. And she does. Are they trying to spit roast her mind right now?
Oh my God.
Her eyes burn like live embers and then blood leaks from them. Ew. That normally happens before he dives into her mind, but this time there's nothing there. Not because she's dumb, but he just wasn't there. They just stand there, their bond humming through the air like static. No escape, no hiding. They'll always find her.
And Patro and Achilles are steering too, because apparently uncomfortable eye contact is the new team building exercise. Rounding out the lineup are Hermos, the infamous Gorgon, and Agatha and Impusa with shape-shifting skills that make Alexis half jealous. It's basically a murderer's convention sponsored by the underworld. Lightning splits the sky and Artemis arrives astride a massive black horse, dragging Drex behind her like a misbehaving puppy. Turns out the Olympians exiled him because his mentor, Theros, was the traitor.
That is not fair. What the fuck? How does he get exiled because of that fuck up?
That's messed up.
That has nothing to do. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Speaking of Theros, he's gone missing, along with that muse who dropped those notes in the library for her. That's not suspicious at all.
Artemis announces that Alexis and Drex are the newest recruits to the Assembly of Death. Their debut will be at the Spartan Gladiator competition in August, where they'll show off their powers and make the Olympians sweat. Casual foreshadowing, but no big deal. But before the spotlight, there's the hunt. Artemis explains it with way too much enthusiasm. She even murders a poor squirrel in excitement. Aw. Alexis and Drex will be hunted through 25 miles of forest by the Assembly's youngest assassins. They get a 1 hour head start, no fighting back allowed. If they're caught, they die. If they survive till dawn, they're in. Survive and you pick your partner. Get caught and your captor is your partner. And the boys start cracking their knuckles like it's foreplay. Artemis grins, raises her bow, and shouts, "Run for your lives!" Alexis and Drex sprints into the frozen woods.
Oh, let's talk some shit.
Yeah.
Siberia? Come on. I'm getting chills thinking about Siberia.
Siberia?
Yeah. Fucking A. I imagine everything I've ever seen about Siberia, usually it's a Bond movie, actually. They're all in their hooded coats with the fur lined. That's Siberia in my mind. I feel like it's freezing there.
That's a good place to hide. Nobody wants to fucking go to Siberia.
That's true. I don't want to go there. That's fine. They can do it. All right. Other big takeaway.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Drex getting exiled because he was Theros' mentee.
Yeah, that sounds like a fucked up rule. Some bullshit.
Yeah. What if, though? I just want to throw this out there. What if he's a spy? I put that in our tinfoil hats. I'm just going to keep that in the back of our mind as this could be a thing. Because now they've got someone on the inside.
She did mention birds are surveillance drones. Now you have a toucan on the inside.
And an Olympian. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Drex still.
Interesting.
I'm keeping an eye on him.
So
she mentioned this is the first idiot that has ever volunteered.
Yeah. Now, it could be that, or it could be very simple to where he and Alexis were friends. He felt safe with Alexis because he had nowhere else to go.
And he did say that. Like, he got kicked out of the Olympian. So I guess he could have gone somewhere else, but he would rather be there with her.
But
fighting Titans.
Yours is more fun.
It is. It is more fun.
I'm going to go with yours.
Okay. All right. Drex is probably a spy.
Drex is a spy. I like that one better because of the
spy
toucan.
Drex and his toucan.
The toucan is a surveillance drone. That's got to come into play somehow. She mentions it over and over about birds being surveillance drones. The joke has to hit eventually.
Mm-hmm.
This is a long, drawn-out joke, and these jokes usually come out.
Some kind of shapeshifting, something.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be a shapeshifter. They're going to be drones. They are not going to be real birds. I'm telling you.
So you think that at least a bird or two or some are drones?
All of them are going to be. That's going to be the joke.
All of them are really.
You have to land the joke.
Oh my God, that'd be so great.
Something about birds and drones is going to come into play here. And that's why I like your tinfoil hat, because that would line up. Like, again, he's an idiot to join, but now he has a toucan.
Mm-hmm. His surveillance drone inside.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
All right, next big takeaway. We finally learn what Persephone's powers are, and she can sense everything on the island. So I'm wondering if her father, I'm not saying his fucking name, the creature, because he has a dark way with plants or has some control with plants. That's the reason why she can feel it, because being married to Hades, that makes her more powerful. So that makes it more sensitive. So that's why she can feel everything on Crete, because she's deeply connected to it.
Yeah. It said that she essentially sunk the magic into the soil and claimed the land.
Yeah. So that does clear up the tinfoil hat from last book that, yes, she can feel others' feelings.
Yes. So empath, essentially. But it seems like maybe only on Crete. I wonder what her powers are off of Crete then. Oh.
That's a good question.
Okay. Another takeaway. Initiation. What? Hey, go run a marathon?
And get shot at. And you can't
And you're
leap.
not allowed to fight back.
Can't leap.
Can't leap. If you get caught, you die.
And you're being hunted by the greatest hunters
The
ever.
6 greatest assassins? Come on. Good luck.
The only thing that Drex has is he can run forever.
The endurance, yes.
Now, I'm wondering, and I'm not shading on the author here, because they do mention that this is a marathon. I hate to be technical, but this is my autism. Technically, a marathon is 26.2 miles, not 25 miles. I'm just saying, if you're going to actually call it a marathon.
Almost a marathon.
No, if you're going to call it a marathon, you have to go by the actual Greek standard.
Oh, my God.
Just saying, I understand to ease it. She said 25.
It was only a marathon, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
It isn't even that long.
Yeah. To them, to you.
To me? Oh, my God,
you would die.
I would die.
I
would die in less than a mile.
I've only ever ran half marathons.
I'd make it half a mile, and then I would die.
My goal for 40, I don't know if you remember that, was to run a marathon.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah.
Yeah.
That was a dumb goal. Stupid goal.
Like, you you.
I was also in the height of my class, my body combat class.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true. You were doing a lot of cardio.
There was, yeah. All right. Anyway, so let's move on to our tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
We already got Drex being Olympian. That's a great tinfoil hat. So shapeshifter, Agatha, obviously that's going to come into play.
Obviously.
Has she done it already? Have we already met her as a shapeshifter? That is a big question.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that. I like that she eats men.
I'm not shocked by that.
Alexis likes that too.
Yeah. Definitely not shocked.
And input.
No, this book and the last book, this book even more, since we've read ahead a little bit, is definitely a anti-patriarchy. This is bringing down the fucking patriarchy books.
Woman power.
Yes, 100%. That's why I think this is going to be a way different book than a normal Why Choose. You and I talked about this. She's not madly falling in love with the shadow daddies right away. She's pushing back against them. Yeah. And I love it.
Yep.
Like
I
you will
need them.
Yeah, you're going to earn my trust. You're going to earn my love and all this shit because what you did was completely fucked. And she's letting them know that. So I'm down
Even
with this
though
girl.
I was turned on by a couple of things.
Yeah, and
I'm not going to forget what you've done.
There's nothing wrong with attraction. You can still be attracted to them.
They got a lot of shit to make up for.
Yeah, but they still got to make up for some shit if they actually want to be with her. Exactly. But if they don't make up for this shit, just because she's attracted doesn't mean she's going to be with him.
Yeah, agreed.
You got to be attracted physically and emotionally.
And mentally.
And mentally. There you go.
Yeah.
Just like we are.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Well, not kidding about being attracted, but just kidding about that. Blah, 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 you know. I'm just thinking about balloon knots again. Okay, next one. We already talked about Persephone's powers was our next tinfoil hat. It will play a big role in the Crete. Someone will probably come there. And maybe that's how she'll figure out who Agatha is shapeshifting. Maybe Agatha will shapeshift into somebody, and then Persephone be like, "You're not blah blah blah." And be like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, keeping an eye on that.
All right, give us our quote.
Our quote: "No one fears the sane." Oh,
love it.
Love that.
That is
so
a
much.
great quote. That is facts.
That is facts. I wonder if everyone thinks I'm crazy at work.
Yes.
I do wear like a wood crown at work.
Well, I think all of us are crazy because we have the tattoos. You have the colored hair. I just don't have hair, or else I might have colored hair. I did used to bleach my hair when I was in high school. That's probably why I don't have any hair. I probably like really fast track that. All the bleaching.
Maybe.
No, it was my grandparents. Anywho, that's how I got bald. But yeah, we are scary to people.
That's okay.
I've had people say that to me because remember when I was painting my nails, I might go back to doing that because I do miss that. And somebody even said it. They're like, "Oh, no one's going to talk shit to you about you painting your nails because you're big, tattooed, and scary looking." I was like, "What? I'm like a fucking teddy bear."
Yeah, but your RBF when you disassociate is on point.
That's an autism thing, though.
I know, but they don't know that.
Well,
you just look like you're going to
and that's why
myrtleize them. So
that's why I feel bad for anyone that has RBF because they probably just have tism and don't know it. Because that's just a look. It really is a look. Because if you look at, that's so funny. I should post these on YouTube. I don't know if I have time this week to get this episode out, but maybe next week I'll post some family photos just to show you what autism looks like. Because my aunts and uncles, who probably refuse to accept they have autism, my dad at least accepts it, but they have that autism stare. You know the stare when you take pictures because they don't know how to fucking smile correctly. Like, we don't know how to smile correctly. You even said you had to learn. I'm 42 and still learning how to do fake smile. Hard.
My dad did a lot of photography, and we did a lot of practicing in mirrors to make the smile and make it reach our eyes. There's a lot of practice.
It's because we mask so much. We already practice so many things to fit in with society that learning how to smile for a photo is just so forced and fake. Because I hate photos where, okay, everyone smile. I fucking hate those photos. Take a photo of me doing something real, like in action, like actually.
Or tell me a joke or do a magic trick
like,
or something.
If you want a photo of me being happy, make me happy. Tell me a joke. Show me a funny movie. Don't just fake it. I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I hate fake photos probably more than anything in the world.
Which is why we don't take a lot of photos.
Yeah, we should.
We should. I don't
mind those. Like when you're happy in the moment, like when we're doing something on a date and we're like, hey, let's take a photo together. That's different. What I mean is like you get a photographer, get everyone together with your matching fucking outfits and everybody's all. And then everyone's unhappy.
I forgot to mention that we were doing Christmas photos at the beginning of December.
That's
where
different.
All of us have matching outfits. I'm just joking. We're not.
Look.
Come on.
Yeah, but with me, you, and the kids, though, like that
would be fun.
That's different, though, because we're good. Like, we connect that way. That's different. But it's just like when you're with family members, you're just like big family photos and shit. Those I can't. No.
I feel like we should all get inflatable costumes and go out on the beach and have that be our Christmas.
Yeah, do something fun instead of everybody dressed nice with the
I want to do something
It's always
ridiculous.
like the linen white shirts and the khakis, and it's always the same shit out on the fucking beaches. Nobody is creative. It's just, I hate it. Everything's so beige now.
I'm extremely beige.
All right, go ahead with your pick.
With my pick, you didn't talk about your pick. All right. My pick for this chapter was Heron mouthing, "Honey, I'm home." And I just thought that was hot for some reason. Just the mouthing it. He didn't actually say it out loud, just mouthing it to her. That's hot. So that was my pick for this chapter. What about yours? What's your pick for this chapter?
Just Artemis shooting a squirrel. It was messed up. All right. Trope call out, the old love triangle, whatever this is, because there's more, but it's basically choosing between one or the other.
Yeah.
I don't really see this is why I choose.
No, not really. It seems love triangle-y or I don't know. It's weird. All right. Character call out.
Yeah, we got some new ones. We got Artemis, or she calls her arthritis. She's a psycho. Karen's mother doesn't even talk to Karen anymore. Apparently.
And she killed the random squirrel. Aww. Then we got Hermos, who's the Gorgon, which is what Medusa is, right?
Yes.
And the last person we got
Agatha, an Mpusa shapeshifter who we already talked about and might come into play later.
Hoping so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's go. The Hunter, Chapter 2, Karen.
He's the hunter. She's the target. Honestly, I'm not sure which of them is more dangerous anymore.
Helen and Hound are on the hunt, sleek and silent, as Ace and Geary, the ambiguously gay duo. Yes, the reference is dated. If you're under 35, go ask YouTube. Follow behind them. The prey, Alexis and Drex. But for the chaos, we get a flash of Karen's past. Of course, the emotionally repressed assassin has trauma lore. At 18, his parents forced him into the Spartan Gladiator competition to prove himself. He lost badly, blew out his right knee, earned a lifetime limp, and got disowned for the trouble. Augustus was the only one who didn't walk away. No pun intended. He took Karen in, trained him, rebuilt him, and turned that failure into a weapon.
Back in the present, Heron taps into his bond with Hell and Hound, seeing through their eyes all night vision style. Alexis's scent hits him like a sucker punch, dragging at memories of their last altercation. Yeah, that joke still stands. He remembers that moment down to the second.
Oh, I do too. 4 days, 8 hours, and 23-ish minutes.
Has it really been that long?
We've been working, and I haven't been sleeping. We'll take care of that later.
Okay. The hunt itself is part sport, part blood ritual. Professors, mentors, and their creatures all competing for bragging rights as they taunt each other through the trees. Wait, is that really the time?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We've been busy.
Serious?
We've had kids. I've been working late hours, not getting home till 8:30. We get up at 4 a.m. I haven't been sleeping.
I literally have no idea when the last time was.
Oh.
I can't believe you.
Oh, yeah. I think about you all the time.
I think about you all the time, too. But
I mean, yeah, you don't have to. I'm not saying it's a guy thing. It's a guy thing. Oh, and we're madly in love. It's a guy thing. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I always think about the last time All
right. Sorry. I got distracted. All right. So these guys are all competing for bragging rights as they taunt each other through the trees. But this time something's off. The new bond to Alexis has cranked everyone's powers up a few notches. Augustus is literally bleeding from his eyes, which feels less divine enhancement and more, hey, you should probably get that checked out.
It's not a tumor. Meanwhile, Drex and Alexis are flailing. They have no clue what they're doing, to the point that Karen had to quietly steer them like a GPS for dumb decisions. Patro cuts in over the link, insisting Alexis should trust him and Achilles instead. Great, now the Broody Bunch is about to have a broody brawl. Then chaos erupts. In rapid succession, Hermos, the Gorgon, manages to nail Drex twice in the arm. The bullets stick, but Alexis doesn't stop. She grabs him by the front of his toga and hauls him upright, keeps moving, even as Karen orders her to leave him. Then another shot cracks in the air. Alexis is hit in the right calf. Karen staggers mid-run, his own leg flaring with pain. Interesting.
And that's when the rage hits. Augustus and Karen both lose control, fury bleeding into their bond. They already hate Gorgons on principle. Why is that, you ask? When Patro was a kid, Gorgon trainers at the House of Aphrodite tortured him for funsies. The chase doesn't slow, though. Alexis wipes her glove across her bleeding leg, smearing blood everywhere, before grabbing Drex again on his bullet wound. He screams in pain. Make note of that. As his voice cuts through the chaos, sharp as a blade. He orders Karen to take out Hermos. 3 shots later, Snake Dome meets bullet precision. Agatha, Hermos's partner, is livid, but Karen's wife apparently sits above the rule book. Hermos played fair. Karen didn't care.
Facts. Karen keeps moving, breaks out of the trees and into a clearing where Drex sits clutching his arm, except it's already healing unnaturally fast. Make note of that, too. Then he spots Alexis limping, Fluffy Jr. standing between her and danger like the brave chaos mutt he is. Augustus and Patro closing in, each trying their own brand of persuasion. Augustus with authority, Patro with pity, and Achilles still chain-smoking like he's waiting for Mulder and Scully to show up. Gen Z, if you catch that X-Files reference, you win a copy of this book. Just one person, I'm not rich.
Tension crackles like a live wire. Patro and Achilles start the inevitable dick measuring contest, all testosterone and death glares, until Achilles steps in and literally puts a knife to Augustus's throat. While they're posturing, Karen sneaks closer to Alexis, and just as she presses her hands to her chest, closes her eyes, and poofs away. And wouldn't you know it, she reappears a single foot away from him. Girl. Short distance leaps are the magical equivalent of sticking a fork in an outlet. They're dangerous, disorienting, likely to end with blood. Doing it while injured is even worse. Karen lunges, misses, and she bolts. Augustus, Patro, and Achilles are converging fast.
She's cornered, wide-eyed, trapped. Surely she wouldn't leap again. Wrong, she does. And this time, Karen catches her bicep the last second, and they poof. Suddenly, they're standing in Montana, back where she'd once been, found living under a tarp near the Spartan Federation militarized protected zone. She's trembling, staring at her blood-soaked gloves, tearing them off. Karen thinks he sees a faint glow coming from her hands, but she wipes them.
She wipes them. Oh, she wipes them.
I totally Ron Burgundy.
Folks, he will read whatever I write in the script.
But she
Make
wipes
note.
her them, and it's gone. Anyway.
I think I was going to write her hands, and then I wrote them.
Oh, okay. Ready?
Yeah.
But she wipes them, and it's gone. His anger hits hard and fast. She's leaped while injured again, risking herself like she's invincible. The more he raises his voice, the smaller she gets, and he finally forces himself to stop.
Need to pretend to be a nice man, he thinks. Pretend being the operative word. He lowers his tone, removes his helmet, softens his posture. All the classic, I'm totally not a threat cues that only work on people without trauma. He's still very much a threat. Then he offers her his shirt for a makeshift tourniquet. She doesn't move, though, so he kneels and does it himself. Hands steady, but not clean of hunger.
Half chub, just touching her calf.
Oh, come on, man. Keep it together. Every instinct screams at him to grab her, tie her up, keep her close where she's safe, or at least his. But he's trying to fight that part of himself. When he finally suggests taking her back to base to patch her up properly, her walls slam back up. She's furious, and for once, he deserves it.
She demands to know if hurting her was worth the power they gained from marrying her. Karen insists it's not like that, but she doesn't buy it. They trapped her, mind-tortured her, stalked her. He tries to claim it was for everyone's good, that she'd have to marry eventually, and he's trying to be better for her. Wrong answer, bro. She screams that she never asked him to be anything. He physically shoves his fist into his mouth, probably to keep from saying something that would prove her right. When he finally speaks again, it's hoarse and broken. He apologizes for everything. The trapping, the stalking, the marriage, and the kidnapping. The marriaging, the kidnapping.
Then she brings up the boxes. What about those with the body parts? The dude doesn't even flinch, though. They touched her without her consent, and he made sure they'd never touch anyone ever again. Alexis argues they could have punished them differently, any other way, but he scoffs at the idea.
Don't be ridiculous, Alexis.
And then, as if the conversation hadn't hit rock bottom yet, he wants to know why she rejected the jewels. Get this. Augustus gave her the Hope Diamond, and he's genuinely offended that she didn't want it, with concerns that she maybe wanted something nicer.
Huh.
All right. Alexis is choking, speechless. Same. What?
Karen softens again, lowering his voice. He tells her there'll be better men for her. She cuts him off.
It's just physical.
The words land like an ice bath. Karen freezes, fury twisting his expression. He growls for her to repeat it. She doesn't back down. He dares her to say it again, and this time she bares her teeth, repeats it louder.
It's just physical.
And that's when he lunges.
Oh, let's talk some shit.
All right. Okay, so we learn about Karen's traumatic past with his mother. Artemis doesn't talk to him because when they forced him at 18 years old into the tournament, he got injured, he lost, and to them, that is like the worst fucking thing.
Yeah, they disowned him, essentially. And if it wasn't for Augustus, where would he even be? He might not have even survived.
Huh. Who does this sound like? Parents that are very tough on them, and he fails, and they disown him and don't like him. Sounds like Kale.
Oh, it totally does.
Just saying.
Aw, Kale. Kale Karen.
Yeah, and we also learn about Patro's past, too.
Jesus, these poor guys. Like, it seems like the Chthonics have
They're
fucked
fucked
up
up.
childhoods.
Yeah, so they use the Gorgons to torture them. So toughen them up, basically.
Yeah. Jesus.
That is fucked up.
And no wonder they don't like the Gorgons for that. I understand.
Yeah, I get it. And so we also find out that Hermos has a legit Gorgon head. Like, he has a snake head because when he got popped in the head 3 times, this is a snake head.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So he looks like a snake.
So do you think he has a snake head and a normal body?
He's a slithery snake.
So do you think he has a snake head and a human body?
Of course, because the book is what it is. Yeah, you got to have the proportions down there.
Of course.
Because snakes don't even have dicks. Do they? I don't know. Do snakes have dicks?
I don't know how that works, actually.
How do male snakes?
Now we have to look at how snakes.
I'm not going to look
I
at
don't know.
now.
I assumed that it would be something like dragons, where they like go over it and they just their sperm over it.
We have a snake expert.
And they become fertilized. We do? We do!
The other Kate.
Yes. We need to know how snakes mate.
Yeah, how do snakes mate? What do the males do? Do they have penises? What do they do? Is like bird thing?
I feel like
birds do it.
I really feel like it's going to be along the lines of dragons, where in Reign of Fire, the male dragon flew over and
and just sprayed on it.
That's my thought. That's what I'm going with. That's my.
Can you imagine that as a human?
Dragon,
just like all these
snake,
women just like
dragon.
spreading their legs, and guy just goes, it like pops one off in each one of them.
Oh my God. What? No.
That's the same thing. They're just flying around. Just here's a little sperm for that egg. We're just fucking. I don't know how it works. Oh God, this podcast is so fucked. We're talking.
What just? Wow. All right. I think we still have a takeaway.
I don't even know where we're at this point. I think we're like on
Alexis,
the other side of the world.
Yeah. Wow.
We've gone so far.
We have. Are we in tinfoil hat territory now?
That squirrel really led us far away. No, we're still in big takeaways. We haven't talked about Alexis standing up to her husbands.
Hell yeah. Get it, girl.
So again, this goes against that normal trope because by now, book 2, the FMC would have fallen in love with the bad boy. He would have apologized for manipulating her mind. Zayden. And then, hey, I love Zayden. Don't get me wrong. I do love Zayden. I love me some Zayden. I'm just saying, like, it's a trope that in these books, they forgive and forget so quickly. And they fall in love, and it's all happily ever after.
Because of their trauma, and I'm so forgiving, and she is not forgiving. Not
pushing
yet.
Back every second.
Yep.
She's making them earn that shit.
They still don't know about all of her trauma yet.
The motherfucker has to fake being nice. He even said
I
it.
know.
I have to fake
I have to
being
pretend.
nice.
Hang on, I have to pretend I'm nice.
Yeah, what is being nice? I'm sorry, but he's not winning any points in my book right now. And I get what she's doing. They all have traumatic past. They're all fucked up in some way. Aren't we all? But
He's
it doesn't
trying.
excuse bad behavior.
It does not. But he's trying. She didn't ask him to try. He's trying.
Hey, I'm going to go back to the whole Kale thing because you and I just read Queen of Shadows. He had one little bad behavior. He said that I don't trust you, Aelin, because of your powers, blah, 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 blah. And then he apologized. He more than made up for it, losing his legs. I'm just saying.
He's throwing some spoilers in there. Queen of Shadows spoilers, everybody.
I'm just saying.
I assume everybody's read it by now.
Oh, God, yeah. Anyone who's listening to this has probably read it. But going back to Karen.
Yes.
He hasn't apologized yet. He has to fake being nice. He's being douchey.
He just apologized, except for the body parts.
But he had to fake it.
He had to fake being...
How do I know he's sincere if he has to say that he has to fake be nice? Do I know he's sincere?
No, that's true.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is he actually apologetic about it?
Because we're in his brain right now.
That's true.
And he literally said, I have to fake being nice. I have to bite my hand to not say some stupid shit.
I need to pretend to be a nice man.
That's what I'm saying. And we're going to give him a pass right now. I'm not giving him a pass yet. None of these people get a pass. They're all dicks.
Even then, he said, I pulled off my helmet and dropped it to show her I wasn't a threat. And then in parentheses, it says, I was.
See, exactly.
I'm not a threat. I am.
That's what I'm saying. I love these books just for that reason, because it's so over the top. I love it. She's basically not apologizing for these guys being assholes, is what the author's doing. They are assholes, and Alexis is not having it.
That's true. I do appreciate this, though, where he did touch her calf and got the half chub. We talked about that. But he shifted to hide the inappropriateness from her, so he didn't want her to know that it was happening. And he's chastising himself in his head. Keep it together. She's injured, you animal. Now, if she wasn't injured, it'd be a whole different story. But
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't trust them yet. Sorry.
No.
Okay, so let's go to our tinfoil hat section.
Ooh, yes.
The big one is the first one.
Did Karen feel the pain of her getting shot in the leg?
That
Clearly.
might be a Bond trope. Is a lot of times when they're bonded together, they can feel the pain. And I think it's the same, like how he can look through the eyes of Helen Hound. I don't know if he can look through the eyes of each other with the marriage bond, but they probably just feel like each other's pain. Maybe.
I guess we don't know if Augustus felt it because we're not in his head. Oh, okay.
Wait.
What?
Marriage bond makes more sense for that one.
Yeah.
Okay. We're calling marriage bond on that one.
Yeah, I'm calling marriage bond.
All right. So next one.
Ooh, this is a big one.
So Drex got shot in the arm.
Twice.
She originally pulled with the toga, but then when she got shot, she touched her calf and then touched his bullet wounds, and he screamed in pain, which we already know that her blood causes pain. But after she was gone, Karen finds him with his bullet wounds healing unnaturally quickly. So why do you think that is?
I think the healing light is her. I think that her Olympian power is healing.
Yes. So that would make sense with duality if you think about it. So if Chthonic and Olympians are polar opposites, it would make sense her power would be polar opposites. It would heal and cause death or pain, death, whatever. Because I still think her power is more powerful, because she did mention that it can kill Olympians, and we don't know if that is literally or figuratively because they go into comas. But if her power can actually kill an immortal Olympian, that's big and huge. But she can also heal them. So maybe she can also bring them to life if she concentrates hard enough. Just if she kills someone, she has to concentrate hard enough. Because remember, if she's just concentrating a little bit, it just causes a little bit of pain. The more she concentrates, she kills them.
Yeah. Okay. And she can come back off of it. Yeah.
So it makes sense with the healing power. So what if someone's going to die that's important and she brings them back to life? Ooh.
Do you think she has resurrection abilities?
Maybe.
Or it has to be like on the brink of death?
I think it's going to be both. I think she can cause death and bring people back from death.
Insane.
Maybe. But it would have to be the brink of death. I do agree. Like not rotting corpse, but like someone like just got killed and you're like, I heal you.
Oh, yeah. Like the spirit hasn't quite left the body yet. It's tethered or something.
All right. So we have a few quotes from this chapter. So you can go with the first one.
Oh, this is the entirety of it. So the first is you. This is the whole thing.
Those disgraces of men touched you against your will. What the fuck did you expect me to do?
Literally anything else except butchering them.
Don't be ridiculous, Alexis.
That is Chef's Kiss response. I can't be mad at him for that. Murder is bad.
Murder is bad.
But retaliation for someone touching you against your will is not. Even if that's just legal methods of saying, hey, so-and-so touched me and reporting it. I'm just saying they should not be able to do that without consequences.
I agree. What they did to Oron and who was the other guy? Maximum.
Yes.
What they did to them was way out of hand.
Yeah, way out of hand.
Now,
for sure.
When someone hurts you, like physically hurts you, or if they were essaying her, that's a different thing. But Oron just barely touched her and like jokingly flirted with her like all the other sirens did.
And she said, no, thank you. And he said, okay.
Yeah. And then he gets murdered for that.
Yeah.
And then Maximum just read the room wrong, gave the poor girl a kiss. She didn't say ew. She didn't slap him. She didn't like, she was just
like, get away from me or anything.
She was just confused by it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Like he read the room wrong and it was.
He did not deserve to die for that.
I do have a question about that. Yeah. Is that sexual assault? Like if a guy accidentally reads something wrong and kisses you, would it be sexual assault or is it the intent afterwards? If he tries to act like a dick afterwards, that'd be sexual assault. Or if he's truly sorry, would that be okay?
I'm sure that there is because
It's weird for a guy. And here's why. Because when we want to give a girl a kiss for the first time, we want it to be a surprise, just like with you and I. That's why I didn't ask you, to be honest.
Oh, you surprised the crap out of me.
I know. I want it to be a surprise. I read the room. I felt we were there. So I was like, okay, nice goodbye kiss. But a lot of guys aren't good at reading things. I was lucky that as an autistic, I could actually read that kind of back and forth. But some guys can't. And then we want the surprise because we want to feel special, just like in the movies. Because in the movies, it's special. It's a surprise. But then we're also told you should probably ask first.
It's really about body language, though.
Yeah. But again, some guys just don't know how to read it. Yeah. And I can't fault them for that because they just don't know.
If in doubt, ask. If you really don't.
If you're really not feeling the vibes. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's a good.
There's usually indicators, but if you just don't know, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Ask.
I would have to 100% agree with that assessment. Yeah, good. That's a good assessment. Yeah.
Better safe than sorry. And even then, make it just a quick kiss, the first one. Like, it doesn't have to be all out. If it's hesitant and she immediately responds, okay, take it for what it is. If it's immediately she pulls back, you may have read the situation wrong and respond appropriately. It's okay. It's all okay.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our picks. I'm going to just latch on to your picks. I do think it's funny that she was offered the Hope Diamond.
That was what was in one of the boxes. The Hope Diamond. Now, I had to go look this up because I knew the Hope Diamond was a big deal.
Yeah.
Because it's named. I did not realize how big it was.
Mm-hmm.
It is 45.52 carats. What?
You want to know the funny thing?
What?
It's worthless.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. All right. I think that's the end of this chapter. Are you ready to turn the page?
Let's do it.
Let's go. The Hunted, Chapter 3, Alexis.
The Hunted? Sure, but judging by the sparks flying, literally, I think Karen's the one in trouble.
Karen's grip tightens on her arms, sunlight cutting through the trees and landing perfectly across his face, like the gods are running their own lighting department. Every line of ink, every scar stands out in sharp relief, and Alexis finally admits what she's known all along. Apparently, violent, tattooed, Machiavellian men are her type. Still, she's not in the mood to be manhandled, so she tells him to let go. And he gives her that quiet, dangerous...
Or what?
Pop, pop.
She pulls the trigger, misses, but it's the effort that counts. They freeze, staring at each other, smoke curling between them. Then the absolute audacity of this man. He tells her to use both hands next time, aim for the torso, and even demonstrates the stance. So she escalates. Out comes a taser her mother gave her, and she lights him up like the Rockefeller tree. Karen drops like a stone, every vein standing out as electricity dances through him. He's grinning while he convulses, praising her like a proud mentor instead of a man being roasted alive. Alexis panics, slaps the button to shut it off, only to crank the voltage higher.
Now he's thrashing, and Nyx finally wakes up from her nap, and the serpent's gleefully cheering her on. Yes, electrocute him to death. We have no mercy on our enemies. Alexis fumbles harder. Nyx hisses encouragement, and Karen is sizzling like an over-microwaved burrito. Then he reaches up, rips one of the prongs out of his chest, and the fun stops. Mostly because Nyx suddenly isn't so sure that the man isn't going to stand back up. And he does. Alexis drops the taser, backing away, leg pain forgotten. And Karen slowly rises, smoke still coiling off his skin, his eyes are wild, and he closes the distance in a heartbeat, grabbing her chin and tilting her face up, completing the circuit. Electricity arcs between them, and a blinding kiss of current.
And then he kisses her. Augustus shows up with disapproval. He takes one look at the scene, Karen smoking. Alexis half dazed, and his expression slides from shock to something darker. He tells Karen to kiss her again. Okay, Augustus, I see your kink, you nasty bastard. He likes to control and watch. Then Augustus orders them to stop. The tone is pure command.
Karen is still holding her chin, murmuring that she tastes exquisite. Alexis is still crackling from residual voltage. Fires back. It's just physical. He drops his hand like he's been shocked, which is technically accurate, considering the live taser still lodged in his stomach. Alexis 1, Karen 0. That's when Augustus finally notices the taser in his stomach, the scorch marks on her skin, and then puts it all together. Karen insists that he was seducing her. Alexis insists he was trying to kill her. Karen looks almost offended at the accusation, which is rich, coming from a man who treats electrocution as foreplay.
She can't entirely deny the attraction. Augustus cuts in, telling Karen to dial it back. He's scaring her, and she's still bleeding. They need to get her back to the outpost. In the distance, Patra and Achilles are bounding through the woods like overeager retrievers, both desperate to reach her first for reasons she can't begin to guess. Augustus shouts to call them off. Alexis mutters something about him being the one who told them to kiss. His eyes narrow, crimson pulling at the corners As he asks, soft and deadly, say that again.
She tries, but no sound comes. It's different arguing with Augustus. His presence, it hits like gravity. Part of her wants his approval. The other part wants to run. Karen, reminded of the bullet wound that he's conveniently ignored, yanks out the remaining taser wire like it's nothing. And of course, Nyx purrs. Yep, I'm into that. And Alexis doesn't even argue. She also is. Me too. Augustus offers to leap them back since he's the only one not actively bleeding, but Alexis shakes her head. They betrayed her. She'll handle this herself. And even Nyx starts to protest before Alexis makes the leap. Alone.
Darkness swallows her. The pain is indescribable. It feels like her soul has been dragged through barbed wire. Nyx is there, but distant, muffled. The air turns thick and hot. Steel beams cross a low rock. What? Her hearing slowly clears. Nyx's voice filters through the ringing, sharp with worry, telling her she has to move. Somewhere ahead, a woman screams, a long, broken wail that makes Alexis' stomach twist. Male voices answer, muffled and close.
Two paths stretch before her, one lit, one ending in blackness where the screams are coming from. Nyx begs her to run toward the light, to get out now. Alexis looks once towards safety, then towards the darkness. She's made her choice.
Yep.
All right, let's talk some shit.
Okay.
First thing, she tried to shoot Karen. I love that for her. I love that she tried. And I also want to talk about how powerful she must be to be able to leap that many times.
It might be her healing ability helping her out with that one.
Ooh, oh, that's a good call. I didn't even think about that.
Because she did say it was unnatural how fast she can heal in the first book with her nose or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, with her broken nose.
Yeah.
Oh.
So maybe that's why she can do it.
Okay, that's cool. All right. Do we have any tinfoil hats for this one? Yes. Which way do you think she chose at the end? Where is she? Do you know where she landed? Where did she just jump to at the end?
Probably where Karen and Augustus hang out, because if somebody's screaming, it's probably their place.
That's what I would guess. It sounds like somebody's being tortured, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know who, but that's the only thing I can think of, unless it's the person they shot up before. Is it the person they were shooting before?
I don't know.
Or when he shot somebody to fucking cool off?
Yeah, but there were no screams. This is a woman screaming. I don't know. I don't remember her talking about any kind of beams, steel beams or anything in the other one, so I'm not sure that it's the same place. I don't know. All right. The quote of this chapter. Do you want to go over that one?
Oh, my mouth went dry. Is that a thing in these books?
It is. It really is.
I'm trying to remember if I ever got horny and my mouth goes dry. I don't pay attention to that. Is my mouth supposed to go dry when I'm horned up? Is that a thing? I'm so confused.
It does happen.
What? I am so confused.
I don't know. Like it takes your breath away. So you kind of, and now you've got no moisture in your mouth. I don't know. My mouth went dry. I don't know how
then
to
how do you
explain
suck a dick if you don't have any fucking moisture in your mouth? Or like, how do you go down on somebody if there's no moisture in your mouth? That's what I'm saying. If your mouth went dry, how are you going to shove in the old hog?
Oh my God. It doesn't not come back. It's just for a moment, something was so breathtaking, I guess, that your mouth goes dry. You're just like, oh, I got to have that. I don't know. Yeah. I've had it happen for a chocolate cake. I got nothing.
It's just weird. It's just a weird sentence. My mouth went dry. Okay. It must be a woman thing because I've never.
I think it is a woman thing.
Maybe.
All right. Chime in, ladies. Has this actually happened to you? Under what circumstances? Give us some feedback here. All right. Did you have a pick for this chapter?
Yeah, him getting electrocuted.
That was pretty hot.
Yeah, it'd be a funny scene. That's why I don't take this book seriously, because that's definitely a comedic scene that you would see. Like, I feel like it's something you've seen before where the guy is flirting and then she beats him up and tases him or something. He's like, I'm making a joke while he's being tased. You don't see that in normal romances. This is a comedy.
That's not in your Hallmark.
No, this is a rom-com.
For sure.
It's a dark rom-com.
A dark Hallmark, if you will. All right. My pick for this chapter was that she leaped to him. Like, you're supposed to think of home, and she leaped to him. Well, a foot away from him.
Yeah, he's been in her head the whole time. So, of course, she's naturally going to think of him. To me, I think it's who you're thinking about as home at the time. They keep bouncing around back and forth to where their homes are. Gus has ended up at her place at one point. She has ended up somewhere else when she thought of home. So, obviously, Charlie's also her home. Just this time, it's Karen. So, I just think it's like who they are amped up emotionally with is their home.
Okay. All right. I like that. I like that thought. That makes it.
It's something that makes sense to me, because then how are you going to keep hopping back and forth between other people that are supposedly your home?
I felt like it was a place. Like you could think of a place also. It didn't have to be a person, but it could be a place.
Okay.
But I have no idea where she is. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Well, let's do it. The Eldest Heir, Chapter 4, Augustus. 24 hours later, Assembly of Death, Unofficial Outpost, Siberia. Do we really need all that information in one title?
That was an insane title. I feel like I don't even need to do an intro sentence. Nothing like a pounding headache, daddy issues, and a raccoon sidekick to remind you you're still the responsible one.
Augustus, migraine drilling behind his eyes and Poco curled behind his calf, eavesdropped outside a medical wing while Hades and Ares talk in riddles. Hades found Alexis unconscious in a dungeon alcove beneath the palace. She leapt from Montana to Crete while injured. All three heads of Cerberus clock Augustus in the dark, deciding he's the bigger predator and let him pass.
Blood tears threaten as his power spikes. The Bond has amplified the headaches. Call it Kronos' punishment for trapping his wife. A doctor bursts in, bows to Hades, and runs for new Olympian paste. Quick world contrast. Olympian labs equal life-saving medical goop. Chthonic, WSDL, wants death tools, equals weapons. And since Ares only made lizard killer spears, the rest of the Chthonic leaders handed the business to Augustus, and Ares is still salty about that.
It really is duality, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Through the swinging door, Augustus glimpses Hermos with a head cast and Alexis swaddled in bandages, Fluffy Jr. at her feet. Guild avalanches consumes... Hades blocks the doorway and says she doesn't want to see him. Then Hades lets inky fog coil around Augustus' mind, weaponizing her words. I hate you, you violated me, I will never love you. The migraine becomes a supernova. Hades shoves him into the wall, leave her alone. Don't fuck with angry dad.
Aphrodite appears and assigns Hades and Ares to investigate Titan activity near Rome. And side-eyes Augustus about, hey, why aren't you in the rec room? He tries to stall, but Hades isn't fooled. Now he's stumbling down the hall, disoriented, and then Poco tugs on his pant leg, insisting on holding his finger to guide him. Augustus follows, heart thawing at their bond. Everyone wondered why the heir bonded a raccoon instead of a class 6 beast. Answer, Poco asked for a hug. Fierce, clever, loyal, and unlike everyone else, he just wants to cuddle and play with Augustus's hair. All right, let's talk quick beast scale primer. There are classes 1 through 7. 7s are near extinct and kill on sight. The most recent are Titans and Typhons. Most Chthonic bond with class 5 to 6 beasts, which are Nemean mammals, winged Pegasi, Cerberus cousins, and invisible cave dragons. Ooh. And Augustus chose Poco.
The generator dies again, sirens wail, and Poco climbs him and clamps tiny hands over his ears until lights sputter back. In the rec room, Augustus stumbles into Karen, who grills him about Alexis. Patros snipes they're bad for her. News of Hermos, and then tears into Karen for shooting him. Karen repeats the question, is Alexis okay? Augustus shakes his head. Patro, of course not. She's married to you. Fruity brawl ignites until Achilles pops in with Nero. Karen and Patro spring apart like choir boys.
Achilles hands Patro a scroll and mutters to Achilles, stay away from my wife. Eyebrow activated, while Patro reads, Medusa escaped the underworld and killed 2 Olympian immortals. Oh no, is she coming for Chthonics who locked her up? Which earns him an eye roll from Augustus. Agatha laughs. And then Patro goes full Gorgon racist with Agatha right there, forcing Achilles to step between them. Augustus explains they don't fear Medusa because she's a Gorgon. She wasn't born Chthonic. She was born with the power of fate. Oh, shit. And Patro doubles down, which shame on him. And Karen says nothing because Medusa is his sister.
We get a quick physiology download. Spartans are basically the masters of transmutation. They can regenerate soft tissue, brains, eyes, organs, but bones and cartilage, they can't regrow what's missing. But they can grab parts from someone else. Poco chitters at Karen, and the two start playing their shooting game, taking turns, bang, and dramatic falls.
I think we need a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Bang! The door slams open and Artemis strides in. Augustus jolts awake and Poco is draped over his head like a hat. Achilles jolts up and Patro's still reading. Karen and Agatha are pausing mid-chess and Drex is just over in the corner cowering. Standing beside Artemis is Alexis. She's bruised, battered, but still standing. And it's time for her to choose her partners for the first mission. She can't choose Agatha and Hermos because Drex is already paired with them. So it's professors or mentors. And after a tense beat, she names Achilles and Patro. And the bond reacts instantly, pain slicing through every thread that ties her to Augustus and Karen. Poco, bless him, stuffs a wad of Augustus's hair in his mouth like emotional support spaghetti.
Artemis, unbothered by the emotional carnage, announces that they'll be staying at Augustus's villa until Medusa is captured. Their next Titan mission, 1 week, then she poofs off. Karen swears under his breath, Poco panics, clamps onto Augustus' arm, and promptly bites him. Hard. Then immediately looks horrified about it, like a toddler who realizes they just hit mom in the face. Augustus just soothes him gently, offers a treat. Poco accepts.
This was not Augustus's best day.
No. All right, let's talk some shit.
First thing, big takeaway for this one, Medusa has escaped from the underworld.
Yep, sounds like she's part fate.
And murdered 2 immortal Olympians. So she can kill immortals. Okay. And she's fate. That answers that question.
So I wonder if her and fate are working together then. And that's why Nyx and Charlie showed up on the same day.
So you think Medusa was the Nyx and fate was Charlie? Ooh.
Or maybe fate dropped Nyx off first and then Charlie. Somehow Nyx made it there. Because Nyx doesn't even know how she got there.
Yeah. She made it seem like she'd been abandoned or something. Wow. All right. Let's talk other tinfoil hats.
Okay.
All right. So then my question, if you become too powerful, will you be labeled a class 7 creature? Is that how this works?
Sounds like it.
Like it, because they said Titans had just become the latest class 7 creature.
I'm sure his dad and Persephone's dad are class 7. Karen's dad, sorry.
Ooh.
They're creatures.
So do you think it's just the Olympians deciding that these creatures are too powerful?
Yeah. It's government control. It's classifying things that they don't understand, things that they deem dangerous based on their own evaluations because it soothes them and accepts their way of life.
But we still don't know how they're created, right?
No.
Do we still think that the Olympians are creating them?
I do.
If they're bad, though, wouldn't the Chthonics be creating them? But the Chthonics wouldn't create them.
The Chthonics aren't the bad guys. It's the Olympians. The Olympians represent the patriarchy. They represent neurotypicalness. They represent conformity, being a sheep. That's what they represent. And the Broody Bunch represent what we are, neurotypical, those that go against the grain, the ones that are considered weird because we don't want to conform, because we think conformity is stupid, because we think that we should all be individuals and have individual beliefs and individual ways of thinking because that betters society.
Imagine that each of us is an individual person who likes individual things.
Now, I'm not saying that we aren't part of groups because it's a natural thing for human beings or any species to want to be part of a group because we're part of a sleep token cult. We like the same things as other people like us, and they do too. We, at least I don't try to bash people who want to come in our group or who aren't a part of our group. I just bash people who bash us. When they're like, oh, you're so weird because you like this music, or you're weird because you like tattoos and blah, 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 blah. And so, this is just what I like. Why do I have to be weird?
Yeah, why can't this just be what I like?
I mean, you like to wear...
You can like not having tattoos, and I can like having tattoos.
Yeah, you can like dressing bland with nothing on your shirt other than beige. That's you. That's fine. To me, it's boring. Yeah, to me, it's boring, but I'm not going to say it to your face like you're weird for wearing beige. If you want to wear beige, fucking wear beige. But if I want to wear shit with skulls on my shirt, who the fuck cares? That's what I like.
Yeah. I don't know why they demand the conformity from us.
It's a lot deeper with neuroscience.
Yeah.
But without us, there would be...
Do we threaten their way of life?
Yes, it's a threat. So for instance, with Christians feel threatened because they're getting lower and lower in numbers, but it's not because people hate Christianity. It's just people are just waking up to the reality that none of it makes sense. So they feel threatened, so they attack us, even though they're still the popular majority here. But they attack us to make us feel like the enemy, make us feel like outsiders. Yeah, it's gross.
I'm glad we are not a part of any of those groups. I want to know, there was a very brief mention about invisible dragons that nested in secret caves, and I have my fingers crossed. I know that Persephone has a dragon. So maybe that's where she found that dragon, but I'm hoping that there will be another dragon.
Yep.
All right. We already talked about the Titans and Typhons being the 2 most recent creatures to be labeled as class 7. Mm-hmm. We don't know what the other ones are, though, do we? Do we know anything about any of the other class 7s?
We haven't seen a Typhon yet.
I have no idea what a Typhon is.
She's not going to mention Typhon unless one is going to pop up later in the book, because then she would just say level 7 are Titans. And she would never mention another class. Just like the mention of Pegasus. That's why I think Fluffy Jr. is a Pegasus. There's too much mention of horse lookalike. This is why I think Alexis is what's it called? Unreliable narrator.
Yeah.
Because she still, for some reason, thinks Fluffy is a dog. So she's not seeing things correctly. And I think it's due to the trauma and all that stuff. And that's what the author's showing us is her reality is skewed a little bit because she's fearful of everyone that has hurt her. So, of course, she's going to have an arm's distance from Karen and Augustus and all that stuff. Granted, they are assholes, but she's still going to keep that arm's distance because that's what she was taught her whole life, to keep that arm's distance.
For safety.
Yeah. But so when it comes to Fluffy Jr., the reason why she still thinks he's a dog is because she's just not putting things together. Everyone else is, his horse legs. And she still mentions it. She's like, he's weirdly horse looking right now, but still thinks he's a dog. So no, I think he's just an ugly duckling who's going to turn into a beautiful Pegasus.
An ugly. Oh my gosh. As soon as you said that, I totally picture the ugly duckling turning into the beautiful swan. That totally tracks.
Yeah. Because you're not going to mention these animals unless we're going to see them eventually, probably. Because we already seen the Nemea and the Jaguar. Mm-hmm. We got Cerberus. We got the mini dragon Hydra.
Yep. So, so we've got everything but that.
But the Pegasus and the Typhons.
All right. Another bit of lore talk that is really awkward. Remember the House of Ares has a facial scar? Why? Is that just to prove you're a badass? Is that just a dickhole move? That's what it seems like.
It's a dickhole move. It's Artemis and Eris are those parents that I talked about at football.
Yes.
That say that their kids have to be good at this sport. You have to be good at this sport. That's what these two assholes fucking represent. So you get that mark on your face to show everyone that you're House Ares because House Ares are the best. It's that bullshit.
So weird.
And that's why people like Augustus and Karen up fucked up in their heads because they have shit parents. And that's what they're showing us here. I think that they're also showing us the difference between them versus Hades and Persephone, who actually give a fuck about Alexis.
There's a complete dichotomy between the two sets.
So I'm hoping Artemis, Ares, and all these assholes would get their comeuppance for the way they are treated. Maybe Hades would be like, hey, stop treating your kids like dicks.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
But Hades and Ares were having a chit chat. So what are they all friendly about? It sounded like Hades was keeping secrets. I don't know. All right, real quick. This one actually could have maybe been under the tinfoil hats. The ancient symbol for Spartan healing is the rod of...
Good luck with that.
Asclepius. I should have paid attention when they said it in the audiobook. So it is a glowing staff with a snake wrapped around it, framed with wings. So I'm thinking glowing hands. We've already decided what light healer. So I'm thinking the glowing hands, the glowing staff, the wings represent creatures. A snake for the Chthonics and the Olympians were the rod. So it's the ancient symbol of life and death. I think she is essentially the rod of Asclepius, in human form.
Very well could be. But this rod is also a real symbol that they still use in the healthcare system.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, real quick. I have to ask you, what did you think about this chapter about learning about Poco?
Oh, super cute.
Isn't it adorable? It's probably the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. Again, they're trying to
make him seem less asshole-ish by having an adorable animal companion, animal protector. I got you. All right. Are you ready to turn the page?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right. Prisoners of War, Chapter 5, Alexis.
Nothing says healthy marriage like lying to your husbands, freeing a prisoner, and starting a gunfight before breakfast.
They leapt back to Lake Como, to Via de Labia, where the altar was gone, but the memories weren't. Alexis remembered the moment of being devoured and the shameful little fact that she liked it. Karen's slow, dangerous stalk toward her got cut short by a servant's interruption. Still no sign of Augustus. Across the room, Patro looked smug and Achilles looked ready to bite. Alexis had thought choosing the mentors was the safer option. Maybe not.
And crack. Augustus appears a few feet away, dragging Charlie along. Persephone had agreed to let him study with Helen, calling it tutoring, and said he'd be turning 18 on April 1st. Except that wasn't true. He turned 19 a few weeks ago. Charlie shot her a tiny look. Augustus switched straight to commander mode. Everyone to bed. Training started at dawn, and they had 1 week to prep for Titans. He ordered the perimeter defenses raised, and an electric fence rose from the ground, humming around the villa.
To keep the enemy out, he said. Which enemy? The Olympians, actually. And Drex is probably shocked by that, because he's inside. Then he snapped orders at Achilles and Patro about weapons and meetings and stalked off. Before Alexis could process, Charlie wrapped her in a hug that smelled like soap and pine. It might have lasted forever if Helen hadn't appeared, politely asking if they'd sleep in her room for safety. Alexis agreed. When they got upstairs, Drex sheepishly followed. He didn't want to bunk with the psychopaths either.
First official sleepover. After a food coma nap, Alexis jolted awake with a single thought. I need to get back to Crete and check on her. Who her was unclear. Everyone else was out cold. She slipped from bed, grabbed Nick's scarf style, and crept through the halls. Faint noises echoed, then a scream. This can't be happening again, she whispered. But she was already running toward it. A heavy, unmarked door waited at the end of the hallway. Chains rattled. A woman screamed, and Deja Vu clawed at her gut. She forced the door open and slipped down narrow halls into the dungeon.
Inside was Ceres, the muse who had delivered Theros' notes back at the library. The Chronicle claimed that she had been a long-time spy for the House of Zeus, which meant, Karen and Augustus had probably kidnapped her too. Another chain clanked in the shadows, and Nyx hissed, "What the hell are we doing here?" Ceres begged for help, and Alexis only asked one thing. Did you help Theros kill those children?
They barely made it up the stairs before running into Augustus and Karen. Alexis had meant to free Ceres quietly, but Helen had followed her, and now they were caught. Augustus' pager had buzzed. Security breach. 2 Spartans had leapt into the villa. Start talking. Helen jumped in first, claiming no one had left. Alexis kept pace. They had to make it believable. There wasn't proof against Ceres. She swore she wasn't involved. So Alexis argued for her release. Helen backed her up. Then Augustus spotted blood on Alexis' face. Quick thinking, she showed her arms, scratched raw from nightmares.
Hades-level tension filled the hall until Karen surprised everyone. The girls can handle themselves, he said. Let them decide. Everybody's jaw dropped. Even Augustus blinked. 1 point for Karen. Augustus finally conceded, but warned Alexis. Training is still at 8 a.m. sharp. Just when they thought they were safe, Patro and Achilles arrived, and Alexis's blood ran cold. Patro immediately honed in on the blood on her face, and Achilles joined him. Words tangled on her tongue.
Patro read her silence as fear went protective, stepping in like he owned the place. Weapons started to appear. Alexis managed one word. Please. Karen lowered his weapons. Patro noticed Ceres behind him and lost it. Demands, accusations. Ceres swore she didn't help Theros, even though pieces of her memory were gone. Finally, Alexis spoke, saying she'd freed Ceres because innocence and trauma both deserve mercy. Patro could end the argument easily. He was a lie detector, but she refused to let him touch her. Ceres didn't need more pain.
Patro stepped forward anyway. Alexis blocked him and got a nose flick for her troubles. Cue Karen and Achilles going chest to chest, snarling at each other. Augustus trying to pry them apart. Patro sneered, calling her Alex just to needle her, and she shoved him. He didn't even budge. That's our fights. That's me trying to wrestle you. Anyways, Helen broke the stalemate. Let him ask one question, just one. And finally, Patro agreed, asking permission to touch Ceres.
Did you help Theros kill those children? Her answer, no. And she wasn't lying. Relief washed through the room, right until Patro added, maybe she twisted the truth. Maybe she's the ringleader. Alexis stepped in front again. He promised.
Patro signed something to Achilles, thankfully. Alexis and Charlie had kept their knowledge of sign language secret. Oh, you called that. Patro argued they couldn't risk letting Ceres go. Achilles signed back. Breaking his word would destroy Alex's trust. Wait, why do they care about her trust, she wonders. Helen, ever the teenage realist, groans, can we go back to bed? Which is perfect timing. And Augustus seized the out. We'll discuss it tomorrow at dinner.
Ceres and Alexis retreated to their rooms. They settled Ceres in the adjoining suite and urged her to rest. The muse confessed that her recent memories were clear, but everything before childhood origins were gone. She thanked them for saving her. Helen promised to bring history books to help her rebuild what she'd lost. As they turned to leave, Ceres whispered that she remembered something about Zeus, but nothing specific.
The girl slipped next door. Helen curled up and half asleep murmured that the great war between Olympians and Chthonics had been fatal for one simple reason: mutually assured destruction. Helen drifts off first. When Alexis follows, she dreams of a cloaked reaper leaning over her, voice a low whisper, "Be careful." He didn't vanish when she stirred. He stayed there all night, watching. Creepy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's talk some shit.
Okay.
All right, real quick. Ceres, maybe someone else? Patro made note that she was shorter than he remembered.
It's very possible.
The only shapeshifter we know is Agatha.
Yeah, but they said they can borrow parts from humans.
So you think they Frankensteined a person?
It's possible. She doesn't remember anything other than recent memories. Two things is happening. Either one, she's someone else, or two, someone has erased her memories.
Ooh, what if somebody does have a mind control ability of some sort?
It's possible.
It is. What about the 2 Spartans that leapt into the villa or leapt out of the villa? Do we have any thoughts on that?
That wasn't Alexis and Helen? Or Alexis and Ceres or whoever?
I don't know.
I feel like it was. They're the ones that tripped it.
But they didn't go anywhere.
They got Ceres from the dungeon.
But they didn't leave the villa. That's still in the villa. Because it sounds like someone tripped the perimeter alarms, which means someone leapt in or out. That's what he got the page about. They didn't say who it was, though. We just guessed, but I have no idea. So that could be why Ceres seems shorter. Maybe it's not Ceres. Maybe Ceres is one that's gone, and now the shapeshifter, whoever it is, pretending to be Ceres.
Could be.
All right. Another tinfoil hat. I want to talk about why are they being deceptive about Charlie's age?
Are they, or they just don't know his age?
Persephone had locked.
Oh, I don't know.
It seemed like it was on purpose because Augustus repeated what Persephone had said to him. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
What is the mutually assured destruction?
Maybe if things go to shit, they all just die. I have no idea.
Do you think it has something to do with the epigraph?
Well, yeah.
Where it's the two halves. So if you kill one half, the other half dies? Like, is it that duality? Is that what the epigraph is about?
Well, no, because they've all been murdering each other this whole time anyway. That was the Great War.
But why mutually assured destruction?
Maybe to end everything. Hades and Zeus are the first two. They usually are considered the duality of Greek mythology. They're like the main brothers. So maybe they were torn apart from the same thing. And if they both die, then it's over.
Oh, that's a very interesting theory. All right. That's it for this week. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Booked for Two.
Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review to help other book lovers find the show.
Follow us on socials at Booked for Two Podcast for behind the scenes content, updates, and sneak peeks. We'll also post next week's chapters every Sunday so you can read along.
Join us for our live Q&A. We're back on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Central on TikTok. We'll answer your burning questions, react to your theories, and occasionally overshare our book-related emotional damage.
Want even more chaos? Join our Discord. The link's in our bio. Come hang out, chat books, and get early access to exclusive content.
And finally, don't forget to grab your merch at bookfor2.com.
Until next time, keep turning the page.